from what I remember, we were in high school, I believe, and it was on one of the bus rides back from school where we were talking about music and, sharing those sort of commonalities. And it just occurred to us on the walk back to come up with a song. And basically, on the way to my house, we just decided to make a band. And I just remember Augusto saying, "What should we name it?" I had no idea, and he's just like, "What about Blood by the River?" This year, I'm going to be moving up to San Jose. I'm going to go to San Jose State University, and I'll be studying electrical engineering. And I think Augusto can attest to how difficult it is because of the major to jam and stuff. But yeah, that's where the goals are.
Yeah, I'm now moving to San Francisco, studying at San Francisco State, studying art history in the fall. The sound of our first album is, I don't know how we would call it, I guess the recording quality. We were just really starting out, learning how to record anything. So a lot of the sound of it just comes from really lo-fi horror audio quality more than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the songs there are definitely exploiting the fact that we didn't have hi-fi, we were recording with very cheap things where we can basically get our hands on.
We had the microphone we had for recording was the game Rock Band. It was you remember the game Rock Band, the Guitar Hero, but with the whole band. It came with a microphone, and you could plug it into your computer, and that's what I used to record with.
I think my guitar at that time was this cheapy $50 Fender knockoff. I think
yeah, mine too. Yeah.
We definitely didn't have all the equipment. I think the best thing we had was just distortion pedal, a multi-effects pedal that Augusto had that
I still have.
We still use, but
yeah, that's all we have. I still don't have an amp.
Our lo-fi sound kind of added to some sort of punk kind of sound, a lot of punk music, embraces that sort of sound, and I think we kind of try to embrace whatever we had to.
It was really clearly from the first recording session, we don't have anything, so yeah.
Yeah. I moved to America when I was about 1.5 years old. I went back to Mexico 10 years later. I was basically still an infant when I first moved here though. Morelia is a lot like Los Angeles mixed with Disneyland, I think, because it's got this big city feel with over, I think, 5 million in population, including cows, but they have water parks at every corner. My grandma's got her own water park because she just lets the water drain there all the time, so we always slide on the street. Every corner is basically a water theme park. Not to mention all the bomb tacos at every block. I think the city and the environment has really influenced my style of music. It's yeah.
I came here when I was about 7. Didn't go back until I was about 19. Yeah, so I didn't go back for 12 years. Mar del Plata is a shithole. Just in the sense that none of the roads are paved, at all. So you're basically riding on dirt the whole time. There's lots of trash everywhere. Yeah, it's a very poor country in general. That city itself is pretty poor too. People generally stay inside. Okay, so I guess my contribution is more of the fact that most of the music I listen to isn't metal. Generally it's more like atypical stuff than I feel most metal bands listen to. Most metal bands either listen to rock, like older metal, like Sabbath or Maiden, and if they listen to like classical music, it's stuff like Beethoven or Bach, not really more modern stuff. Big thing that I'm really listening to is 20th century composers like Messier.
I'd say that I would contribute with, shit, I don't know, a lot of the sort of not growl, like troll sort of sounds on the vocals. As far as like the music goes, I would say my style would influence us to kind of play bassier, more deep sounds. Most of the time I think I've kind of influenced us to kind of play a little bit slower too.
Like I got into metal way later than Christian probably. I didn't start till I was about 15 or 16, and I probably didn't really take it that seriously until I was in the band. Like I didn't really go out of my way to find new bands or listen to like anything other than like the same album. And I guess a lot of it is motivated by the fact that like metal bands really tend to play it safe, especially the not so famous ones, which is ironic considering that a lot of like metal is supposed to be like this big aggressive genre that like rocks the boat, but most bands probably I feel don't.
Let's see. I guess I can also attribute that to being kind of exposed to metal really early. So I've kind of developed a long history of like metal. But yeah, I guess it's just a little bit of whatever I used to listen to a lot then, and whatever now I listen to that makes me kind of nostalgic of that past experience. In the morning, I wake up, I watch Netflix, I spec out circuit boards, I read a couple on circuitry, electronics, and then I go out for a walk.
I just remember we have this song called Murder Sex, and I just remember that's probably my favorite song that we have, just because the sound is pretty cool, even though it's really shitty. But also just because the name of it kind of just came to me in like a dream. Like it wasn't like I wasn't just like thinking about anything. Like I might just been like sitting in class or like taking a nap or something, and I just like Murder Sex.
Lyrically too, that song is really interesting because I think we're trying to make fun of a lot of the emo type music because we're throwing in metaphors like
that don't make any sense.
That don't make any sense, like trapped in a prison of your rib cage or stuff like that.
There's a part where like the line goes something like an octopus eats your head or something. Yeah.
Like we're just throwing metaphors in there that just kind of we're supposed to sound emo, but it was really just kind of making fun of that genre.
Yeah, I guess that's what you would call the themes of the first album. It's just over the topness.
Yeah.
I wake up, I make myself some coffee, I go swimming, and then I write some shit.
So I would say that we vary a lot from a lot of very distinctive metal bands. Like just calling us a metal band is probably just not enough. Like we really venture it out into experimenting with a lot of different genres. We're definitely jazz influenced. We're definitely like kind of in some ways house influenced. Definitely rock and metal, but also
ambient music
and pop sometimes too. Like a lot of our rhythmic sounds are really pop styled. You know, like you really wouldn't get that from like super bands like Metallica or Slayer. Like they kind of have their own distinctive sound, whereas our style is very diverse. We're kind of on our own with a lot of the recording. So because of that, we have full freedom to kind of do whatever we want and kind of step into territory that's normally not like metal friendly or just metal, known. And I don't know. To me, it makes me feel like we're very unique. It's definitely just more fun too, to also just play it that way. It's more, you don't have to think. You just kind of play, play and enjoy it. I think in our first album, I think we were going for copying bands.
Yeah.
But even then, like it wasn't like they never came out like what we wanted it to, what we kind of expected, and kind of pursued. But I mean, like Gustos' influence of just having no drums at all.
Yeah, a lot of songs. Like drums are like even more than guitar. Like
Yeah.
The metal instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Seriously. And no bass. Sure. I mean, I guess that can be taken away, but like no bass and no drums. Yeah. should be soloing right now.
Dog.
Dog is too early in the song.
Dog, I don't know if we should be playing a minor chord of all things right now.
Dog, why not?
Dog, just like listen to how it sounds. It sounds terrible.
But dog.
Dog, no. Trust
Dog.
me, it sounds awful.
Dog.
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 Are you
Alright.
serious right now?
Dog.
Dog.
Dog. Dog. Dog. Dog.
Dog.
Dog.
Dog.
Dog.
Dog. I've heard you.
Dog.
Dog. Dog. Dog. I think one of the biggest things that I feel I learned because I didn't do is kind of commitment, I guess. Like, I feel like in order for something to like work out, you kind of have to like commit a lot to it. And like, you know, and I noticed like in the times when we pulled through to like do the CDs and stuff, that you know, it was because, you know, we're both working on it really hard, you know, and it wasn't like we can make the time for it and like work to like get it through. And usually the process for that was really quick. You know, the crazy day for the first album, for the first CD, when we like did 9 songs in one sitting, you know. But then like in the later songs, albums, it was more of like one every now and then. It wasn't ever like consistent. I think that's kind of one of the things that I kind of picked up from that. The other thing is probably I don't know, just like the friendship. It's like super cool of being in a band, even if we're only just 2. It's just cool to like hang out and like be friends and just like, you know, express ourselves in that sense.
The band was probably the first. Like I think I've always been a creative person, but the band was really the first time I ever did anything with it. Like, yeah, that was the first time I ever actually recorded any music or like did like an album cover or just anything creative in general that actually had like an organization behind it. It's like the whole thing of just like jamming out with your best friend like that. That's something that like I got a lot out of it. I think music is the most abstract art form. If you think about painting, even if it's an abstract painting, the painting itself is like a physical object, right? We just kind of listen to it and have a really direct experience with music. Music kind of serves like a really spiritual purpose that way, where you have like a really direct connection with something and you might not even be able to understand it. How a lot of music can bring people together, like raves or like metal concerts, music has basically been doing that for all of history.
I think music is a form of kind of liberating the mind, in the sense that, you know, as an artist, you kind of express yourself, whether you're, you know, the vocalist or the guitarist, bassist, or drummer. You kind of express yourself through like one theme of song, and by expressing yourself, you kind of put your ideas on the floor. You kind of, I feel, would want people to hear what you're saying or what you're playing. As an art form, music can't just be what you hear, but it's something that you think. So going back to the ideas of liberating the mind, it's more of the sort of connection between what you're thinking, what the artist is expressing, and what you're hearing at the same time. I think, I don't know, it's really tough. We're not that far away from each other, and Augusto's in San Francisco and I'm gonna be in San Jose. But I think the band might continue. We'll probably like meet up, definitely. We're only like maybe like an hour's drive away, so we can definitely, at least I feel we can probably go over each other's houses. We'll probably take our instruments up there, so it's not like it's gonna stop. We can probably, I mean, we've done this already, but where we kind of like record our own thing on our own and then just kind of mash it together. So we might experiment with that. But I don't think this is a reason for it to end. I think it just might go a little slower than what it is going right now.
I think we met on the bus in like 8th grade or something. Yeah, I remember we had a class that we had PE in 8th grade.
I don't think I had PE.
Yeah, I remember specifically one time you like tabletop me.
Dog. I don't remember these days.
Dog, yeah. It was 5th grade. I mean, not 5th grade, 5th period. 8th grade.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then we took the bus in the morning.
Okay.
I remember we did like a Mad Lib.
Wait, no, I never took the bus in the morning.
Yeah.
No.
And Mad used to live over there.
No, not in middle school.
Dog.
Oh,
no. Yeah,
no.
it was 8th grade.
No.
Yeah.
I never took the bus in
Dog.
8th grade.
Yeah, like
Dog,
I'm
no.
so positive.
Dog, I'm not. Okay, well, fine, maybe once.
No, dog, like all the time.
No, I didn't even know which bus would take me over there.
The one that was, it's like right over there. No, the one by 7-Eleven.
Dog, I don't think so.
Alright, well, I remember we did a Mad Lib on the bus once.
You sure that wasn't in high school?
No, because I never took the bus in high school.
Dog, what the heck?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't remember, dog. I just remember us always hanging out in like the same like square in high school, though. I can't recall way back in junior high, dog.
Dog, realist classier than everything.
Dog, no. Well, I don't remember much about junior high, though.
Right,
Dog, so I don't know how I can answer this question.
right.
But if you say it's 8th grade, then that means we've met for 8 years.
8 years. Yeah. Long time.
And we've been jamming for 5.
Yeah.
Dog.
God, it's a lot. It's a lot of time.
You know which special effects did it as well?
Jurassic Park.
Well,
The
those were like
The
practical
first one?
effects.
No, but some of it was CGI.
Oh shit! Then yeah, then that.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say Star Wars
The first.
Episode 1.
Episode 1?
Yeah.
The one like Phantom Menace?
Yeah, the one that came out in '99.
Really?
Yeah. Because that one was a lot of CGI. Like I can kind of tell it now, but like the spaceships look really well
Okay.
for being that
That
one.
one, I've seen that one more than like once, I think.
And like Episode 3, well, it came out in 2007. So for 2007 standard, it looks really shitty. I have to watch. I'm rewatching those movies.
So I've seen episode like 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I rented episode 5 before I saw like episode 4, so I didn't understand like any of it. I just knew they had the scene with like Luke, I am your father.
In episode 5?
Yeah, but like I understood that, but like I had no idea what it meant because I like wasn't really familiar with like who Luke was, and I was like 10, so I couldn't really understand anything. Like shit was just happening. Like Luke was there, and then Darth Vader was there, and like oh he's his dad.
And everyone got all like
And then Han Solo gets frozen.
crazy.
Some shit. Yeah.
I don't remember the ending of the 6th Star Wars, but
They get medals for like defeating the
for
Sith.
winning.
Yeah. And then like Darth Vader's like Anakin's ghost comes to like watch over Luke.
Oh, dude, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, because you know how he communicates with like Obi-Wan's ghost and Yoda's ghost?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so at the end it's like Obi-Wan, Yoda, and then Anakin is there.
So Luke does become like basically the chosen one of the prophecy.
Yeah, because he kills the Emperor.
Mhm.
Not Luke, Anakin. Luke doesn't do shit. He just gets like taken out by the Emperor.
Oh, that's stupid. Yeah, Anakin then.
Yeah, because like Luke is like I think he's like about to go to the dark side, so he can become powerful enough to kill Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. So the Emperor starts like electrocuting him, and Darth Vader's like, oh shit, he's electrocuting my son. So he just pushes the Emperor down like a hole in the spaceship, and he dies.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. And that like makes like it just like totally like contradicts how the Yoda speech about how like Anakin was not the chosen one and all this like hate towards Anakin.
Well, yeah, no, Anakin. Oh, I guess.
Because Yoda like never liked him. He's
Yeah,
like,
because I mean, he knew he was gonna turn evil.
yeah. But because of him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he did fulfill, but yeah, because then when he's training Luke, he's like, oh, if he dies, you can just like replace him with Leia, because she is like about as powerful as him.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know, cause I think Anakin was like the real badass. He was just really emo.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what to do.
Because that's what happens when you go to the dark side. You become like way more powerful, but you turn evil. Because like only bad guys get to use the lightning.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, but we can rebuild him.
We can make him better.
Yeah.
We can make him stronger.
Yeah.
What is that from?
The $6 billion man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thought that would be the craziest shit if they found aliens.
Yeah.
That would like change everything.
Even if it's like,
Like even if
it's
yeah,
just like
if it's
microscopic.
bacteria, because that means that like potentially there's like other intelligent life. Also, she goes to like the Vatican, and yeah, like it's not. I thought it was gonna be like scared out of my mind, and it wasn't scary at all.
Show me that one.
I don't remember the
She
name.
goes to the Vatican.
Yeah,
She lives like in America.
yeah,
It's like, oh man, my mom's just gotta go talk to the Pope now.
yeah. Like, that's basically the plot, and I don't remember. It had like a really like bad climax, like. She gets possessed by the demon jumps between people,
Mm-hmm.
but like you'd think like a movie would make a big deal about it, but it just jumps from like her to like her boyfriend, like no problem, and then back to like her mom, and then like back to her like 5 times within like 10 minutes.
Dog, when are we gonna jam?
Dog, I don't know.
We should just jam right now, just to play around.
Alright, do you have all your guitars?
They're up in my room.
Dog, I mean I can just jam on the acoustic, and you get the other one.
Or we can just do the same thing we did last time, just like hook up
Dog.
the two things right there.
No, but the first jam we did was one acoustic, one
Dog,
thing.
dog, you're right.
Alright, dog.